gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Throwing Jones. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. That catch good for only a couple.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Play action now. Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Buying time to his left. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big pickup there on the scramble.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Jones on 3rd down. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1. Back to throw. Jones. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Penny. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
That's what it is, baby. That's
Elijah Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead.
I like a fancy playbook as much as anyone, but sometimes, certain situations, they just call for doing the basics.
And that's what they did. Gave it to the big boy, and he got in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones.
That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14, Cowboys nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, Zeke with a quick feet, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And just shutting him off there. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
They go play action here on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it second and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get into football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Back to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Jones throw here taken in by Ingram.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had two nice interceptions a week ago. Now two here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. A throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott dancing to his left.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Out to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Second down, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Right after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40. 20. He will score. Touchdown, Giants. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together.
Oh, Prescott stripped. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Off the play fake, Prescott. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete.
So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
2nd and 20. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And this one is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And this one is right down the middle. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first two quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half, but when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones.
Open man right side is Tony.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Barkley.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Jones keeps it himself, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Daniel Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner by the time he looked it in.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Elijah Penny, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
2nd and 16.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And they are going to set up shop at the... Two-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 19-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And that'll set them back 5. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. Jones.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Check. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Last name 19.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A first down throw for Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Carroll. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
First down, Prescott. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And again, it's Prescott. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Check back 11. Check back 11. Coming to you. Joker. 47. 26.
On play action, Prescott. Touchdown! That's caught. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
First down, New York.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Barkley on 1st down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Prescott looks to throw on first. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Let's get off the field. Switch, hey. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, check back 11, check back 11. Watch the screen, watch the screen. 46. Watch the screen. 26.
Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And that's Elliott, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Check back 11, check back 11. Hey, watch the slant. What about 47? Check back 11, check back 11. Here we go.
From the red zone now, Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check back
One last shot now for Prescott.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And